Let's go ahead and talk about AMC theaters accepting Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and other crypto via a mobile app. This is a really interesting move, of course, from AMC. And I think that it can be beneficial, of course, to the cryptocurrency market as a whole. I like going to the movies still. I know a lot of people don't, ever since we had the P word happen and kind of all the theaters shut down, it kind of waned and a lot of these companies started kind of taking a dip. What's funny is that AMC was one of those that went into the whole game stonks thing. It was one of those, Wall Street bets stocks where people were artificially inflating it to stop the shorting of it, and now they're just going full on in the meme coin. So it is pretty funny and a pretty good meme move from AMC, in my humble opinion. I think if I was at the top on their board and I was taking a look at public sentiment surrounding all of it, I'd probably dive right into it as well. Since being named a meme stock in early 2021, AMC Theaters has embraced cryptocurrency, most notably the Dogecoin and Shiba Inu coins, which Chief Executive Adam Aron has frequently mentioned in recent months. The American pro-crypto movie theater chain has updated its mobile app to accept Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and other cryptocurrencies as payment. Aron assured followers via a tweet on January 6th that he will incorporate meme tokens, Doge and SHIB, by March. Aron's team delivered, albeit a little late. The interface with BitPay enables users to spend Doge and SHIB on tickets, concessions, and gift cards. Neum, a Singapore-headquartered cross-border payment company, announced the launch of an API-based solution in collaboration with BitPay that enables businesses to begin accepting crypto payments starting with Bitcoin and Ethereum. AMC Theaters began accepting payment in digital assets such as Bitcoin on November 13th of last year. Despite this, the world's largest movie theater chain's mobile app has been left behind without the ability to purchase using cryptocurrencies such as the meme token Dogecoin until now. As of writing this, Dogecoin is trading at 14 cents, down 0.3% over the last 7 days. Shiba Inu was trading at this number, an increase of 5.3% over the last 7 days, according to CoinGecko data. The broader cryptocurrency market is up around 1% in the last day. I don't think that is actually indicative. Let's see when this was written. Burp, 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 burp. I think it was written earlier this week, over the weekend, I believe. AMC and the Batman NFT. Additionally, AMC has introduced its own NFT collectibles via the Wax blockchain, both in conjunction with Spider-Man: No Way Home, which is an awesome movie. That's probably my favorite movie in a long time. There's two things that have come out recently that have renewed my faith in media, I think, and just like media consumption or pop culture. And No Way Home was one and Elden Ring was the other. We finally got a game that didn't baby hold your hand and make you purchase things in app. So those are kind of my two favorite things right now. But AMC introduced the Batman NFTs via the Palm platform, which also functions as a side chain scaling solution for Ethereum. Non-fungible tokens are non-transferable units of data kept on a blockchain, a type of digital ledger. They can be sold and exchanged and may include collectibles, artwork, and more. Apart from the new cryptocurrency option, Aron recently revealed through Twitter that the AMC mobile app will now take additional payments, including Apple Pay, PayPal, and Google. Just open up all the payments, man. That's what you got to do, We got our Bitcoin addresses down there. We got our Ethereum addresses down there. We can take the memberships on YouTube. You can come check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/blindrun. Use your Amazon Prime sub over there and help me out that way, which, by the way, we're streaming Elden Ring over there if you guys want to go check it out. And, you got to open it all up. That's the way it rolls. You got to get every single affiliate account up. And then when taxes come, you just roll up into a ball and cry until all that money goes away. Because You guys ever done YouTube and then tried to file taxes? Yeah, that's been rough. Let's go ahead and talk about proof of work files for unemployment. Is it too late to mine cryptocurrency? This is an opinion piece by Robert Lee, published in the Block 6 Medium post. And let's talk about his plan on how to navigate the ETH2 merge as a new cryptocurrency miner. This one is fun. So he says, I jumped headfirst into cryptocurrency mining to get a better understanding of the proof of work consensus mechanisms. While I have not looked back after starting my mining journey, I have a keen eye towards potentially lethal event coming down the pipeline, Ethereum's proof of stake merge. Ethereum's merge of their proof of work and proof of stake blockchains is one of the major events that will be leading to Ethereum's overall upgrade to ETH2. Remember, a lot of people are still doing this wrong. They're still doing it wrong. ETH2 is not a thing anymore. Remember, they rebranded. Ethereum 2, not a thing. There's Ethereum, that's it. Why is it Ethereum? Because they removed the scalability of the execution layer. Okay, that is all going to run on the original ETH blockchain and just be migrated over to run as a shard under the beacon chain, which is the consensus layer. And that is it. The execution layer is not going to scale the same. They have redone it. It's no longer ETH2. I need to make this extremely clear to everybody. Stop using the term Ethereum 2, because the other problem that it does is it gives the public a perception that Ethereum is doing what they originally said, and they are not. They are not going to be utilizing the sharding for scaling the execution layer. End of story. Just want to make that clear. It's a pet peeve of mine now. This merge will turn off the mining consensus mechanism. Will the merge kill crypto mining? Possibly. But I don't think that it's too late for newcomers as long as you capitalize on the current opportunities that the market is offering and have a plan. There's also an advantage to being a newbie, the urge to merge. No matter what the miners would like to see happen, the rest of the market has been calling for the ETH2 upgrade, which they're not getting. They're not getting that upgrade, just so you know. Golly, come on. Ethereum adopters and users want to see lower gas fees. Now that can happen, of course, with proof of stake. Investors want to see a smaller environmental impact, and the developers just want to get everyone off their back at this point and into their pockets. Into their pockets. There's an urge to the merge, or to merge. With the Ethereum 2 merge, stop. It's killing me. Due to Ethereum's merge, all right? Due to Ethereum's change to proof of stake, will come the end to mining Ethereum. ETH is currently the most profitable and stable crypto to mine. Residential and commercial miners have invested thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars into their mining farms. And it is easy to understand the financial concern that miners have regarding the Ethereum upgrade to proof of stake. Even with this uncertainty and fear, it might not be a bad time to get started as a cryptocurrency miner. Let me explain. He says the loss of Ethereum as a mineable coin will be huge, and the uncertainty surrounding the merge is scary. But that does not mean it is too late to dip your toes into the mining space, as it could be the start of a profitable venture once the dust settles after the merge. We could see the convergence of three major opportunities for newbies. Here's what he says those are, remembering this is an opinion piece. Number one, lower difficulty and hash rate on non-Ethereum algorithms. With most professional and veteran miners focusing on mining up to the last Ethereum block, the other coins will be open to lower difficulty for smaller miners. This may not last forever, but beginners will have nothing to lose dedicating their small mining farms to other algorithms. Number two, cheaper mining hardware. This is a big one, I think. I agree with this one, but we probably won't see the rock bottom prices of the last bear market. But GPUs and other mining hardware have steadily decreased in price due to the downturn in the crypto market and the threat of the merge. Newbies can take advantage of the overflowing supply that has started to hit the secondhand market, and obviously being able to purchase new as well, just so you guys are aware. Being a newbie, number 3, being a newbie with no baggage. If you are new to mining, you do not have a large overhead of ETH-specific hardware, ETH-specific infrastructure, or next month's gigantic energy bill to pay. Yeah, I have all of those. You have the opportunity to build a mining farm with the merge in mind. I'm not going to quote that overused Warren Buffett's fearful and greedy line. We all have heard it a million times by now. If I had a Satoshi for every time I heard that quote, I would have been more Bitcoin. I would have more Bitcoin than Michael Saylor, he says. I just want to point out that uncertain times like this do sometimes yield opportunities. There's always a market advantage out there if you're willing to look for it and invest wisely. Here's his plan. He says, just like any other real estate, stock, or crypto investment, I have created a plan and rules behind my mining farm. Since these are volatile and uncertain times, I have tailored my plan with an exit strategy in mind as well. You know, I'm not going to do an exit strategy. I think that obviously my plan's a little bit different though because of the YouTube channel. So there's that, I think, is what I would say. I think backup plans are good. Obviously, like always, just my perspective, right? Backup plans, multiple revenues, multiple streams of revenue. That's important. Skills, building new skills, whether that be coding or, you know, data center management. You could get into IT and start researching, you know, whatever, I guess, whatever specifications you need for all of that. Just there's always ways to bob and weave outside of just focusing on one thing. And that is kind of how it should go. But he says he's currently mining Flux, a decentralized cloud computing and hosting solution. With this in mind, I am slowly building a 6-card rig that is built on my old gaming computer hardware and used GPUs that I've found on Facebook Marketplace and eBay. He says, I am building smart. Just like investing in stocks and crypto wisely, I'm doing my best to build my rig 1 card and 1 deal at a time. That's the correct way to do it. You don't want to get yourself into a position where you basically have too much overhead, you have loans to pay off, all that sort of thing. We talk about this all the time. What should you do? If you got one GPU, start mining on it. Once it hits the point to where you've mined enough to purchase a new GPU, start looking for that new GPU. That day, whatever GPU makes the most sense on ROI, go ahead, purchase that GPU, pull it in, throw it on your rig, then rinse and repeat. And you do that until you have a mining farm. That's how this functions, right? You will run into things later on down the line. You need to upgrade power. You need to upgrade ventilation. They're going to cost more money. But hopefully by that point, your farm is large enough that it is helping you accommodate for those additional upgrades before you need to upgrade, of course, the hardware more. Mine efficiently. So here's what he's got pulled up, by the way. He's got a 2070 Super, good pickup, a 2080 Ti, pretty dang good pickup. Both of those are amazing. And then he has a 1066 gigabyte. So I don't know which card he started with, but it's looking pretty good so far. I don't know that I would put my 1060s are on Caspa personally, but you know, I'm spec mining and he can't spec mine quite yet, right? So, you know, if you have older cards that like maybe aren't mining as well, like the 1060s, the 1070s, even on Flux, I think the 1070s are quite a bit better on Flux than the 1066 gigabytes, but maybe you want to throw them on something to spec mine. And then the only other thing that I'd be worried about is going to be some of the overclocks and so on. It's kind of odd, but that's fine. Mining as efficiently as possible is also important. I have found that the NVIDIA 20 series of GPUs are the most energy efficient cards to mine Flux. I would traditionally agree with that as well. So I can get about 40 solutions, 0.4 solutions per watt. This means that I'm getting the best bang for my buck out of my electricity cost. This is great for profitability in the long run, and it means that I'm investing in hardware that might be sought after by new Flux miners later. Stake long term. I think that the only thing is like, I think that the 20 series cards are going to be increasingly hard to get a hold of. So I kind of understand maybe purchasing them early right now. The only note that I would make about that is that the 3000 series is pretty dang good at mining Flux and pretty dang efficient, right? Just my opinion. I'm not one to shill a coin, so I won't. Also, I want to look at this. What miner is he utilizing? Does it say? Make sure that you guys put on mini Z for the miner. I don't know that, I don't see it here, but that's okay. Stake long term. I am not one to shill a coin, so I won't. You can research it yourself to form your own opinion. What I'm pointing out is that there is a staking feature for running a node on the Flux network. This will allow me to stake the Flux that I mine long term to earn even more Flux over time. This is where I start to get into a little bit of a disagreement, okay? I'm not so sure that you should be invested fully into one coin if you are specifically trying to be successful at GPU mining. Meaning, I don't think that you should necessarily invest $3,000 at the base level or whatever it is. It's fluctuated a lot. It's, let's say average cost 2,000 for 1,000 Flux or something, right? That would be just in general, right? Two top-end GPUs, right? You could pick up potentially two 3080 Ti's, here next month once those MSRPs come down like they're projected to, and you could be mining that much more Flux. I think that your snowball effect happens quicker if you are focused on GPU mining by continuing to increase the amount of GPUs you have. The other note about that is if Flux isn't successful, you still have GPUs to mine other stuff. If Flux isn't successful and you have 1,000 Flux locked up into a node, well, you have nothing. All right. That doesn't mean I don't like Flux. That doesn't mean that I don't like the noding. That doesn't mean any of that. What that means is we are talking purely practical. Take a step back, look at it objectively. What are your goals? What should you move to? I completely disagree with this strategy, especially at only having 3 GPUs at building a Flux node. You should be taking that $2,000 and getting more GPUs. You don't have enough GPUs yet, bro. You don't have enough GPUs yet. That's it. That's the end of story there. There's a lot more to running a node on Flux than just putting money into a wallet someplace, but I am all for it. My plan is for my money to work for me several times by buying hardware to mining to staking, maybe throw it into DeFi and then back to my bank account or invest it into my retirement accounts. Exit strategy. So here's his exit strategy. It is important to note that I am not going out and buying 12 RTX 3080s or hardware in bulk. I intentionally kept my cost basis low with used hardware. This will make it harder for me to scale quickly, but will also allow me to pivot or stop on a dime if the market or mining landscape changes. Once again, I think he has it right on the money here as far as it goes. It means not taking out credit card debt, not taking out a huge loan to invest heavy and grab a bunch of hardware. Just, keep calm, mine on with the 3 cards. When that earns enough, buy another card. When those 4 earn enough, buy another card. Maybe get up to buying 2 cards at a time, that sort of thing. He's got that nailed down in my personal opinion. Once again, not financial advice, but there's nothing wrong with starting slow. There are so many new skills and knowledge to pick up as a new miner that growing slowly may be the only good way to start. You don't want to grow too quickly only to find out later that you do not have enough power capacity to support all your hardware. You also don't want to grow so quickly that look, I have trouble replacing I have cards offline all the time. It's impossible for me as a single individual running basically 2 businesses at this point between YouTube and the mining farm to keep all of my cards up 24/7. And I only have like 130 cards, right? But I always have cards offline. Along with building slowly, I have also made sure to pick up old but powerful hardware in case I need to sell GPUs later. The 2080 Ti might be 4 years old, but it can still game at high frame rates and has a good reputation in the PC community. There will be a market for these cards for a few more years. As long as I can get 6 months of mining in, I will have some crypto to sell or swap, some flux to stake on a node, and some hardware to sell, all for the price of my 13 cents a kilowatt hour of electricity and his time. Conclusion: even though the market is volatile and the merge is threatening to kill profitability for crypto miners, I still think there is an opportunity for newcomers. As long as we capitalize on the advantages that the market is offering us, grow smart and slow, and have an exit strategy. I think that other newbies and I will come out of the next year with some crypto, some skills, and some decent hardware. And then he says you can follow him. Overall, fantastic blog post by Robert Lee. Just want to shout that out. Be sure you guys go ahead and click that, follow him on Medium. Maybe make a comment, say, you know, I saw you on Son of a Text channel, whatever. Let's support the community, the mining community, especially the new miners as they start getting in. Once again, I disagree with building flux nodes, especially this early on in a mining journey, in a crypto journey in general. Other than that, I completely agree with his 3 main points of lower difficulty, possibly on non-ETH algorithms, cheaper mining hardware, and obviously not having that baggage of like huge farms to maintain to make sure you need to clear all of your bills. All that I'm pretty on board with. As far as his upgrade path strategy, we're golden there. I think that maybe his exit strategy isn't fully flushed out. You know, part of the problem there is going to be like, even with the 2000 series, we're already getting close to the 4000 series. And I think that there are so many 3000 series in deployment at large mining firms right now that if they decide to start dumping 3000 series onto the used market, the 2000 series is not going to look very appetizing. So I don't necessarily think that it's correct to plan your exit strategy around buying 20 series GPUs. If you wanted to plan your exit strategy around a GPU purchase specifically, I would be looking at obviously purchasing newer GPUs like the RTX 3000 series or the RX 6000 series. That's my humble opinion, right? But that's also been my experience through the previous dip as well, meaning that I have seen this happen before. The Pascal GPUs hit rock bottom prices, right? Those 1063 gigs, those 1066 gigs, you know, the RX 580s, once they went to the 5000 series on AMD side, all of those hit rock bottom. We're talking about at the low end, sub 100 pricing, right? 1063 gig, maybe like $75. RX 480, 470, 580, 570s, 4 gigabyte models, $75. 8 gigabyte models, maybe $125. So I've seen this happen before, and that's where I draw from my experience to just kind of let you guys know that exit strategy to be purchasing 2000 series GPUs as an exit strategy to resell them isn't something I would agree with. I hope you enjoyed this clip from the Crypto Mining Morning Show every Monday through Friday, 7:45 a.m. Pacific and 10:45 a.m. Eastern Time. You can check out more clips here, or if you're interested in checking out the entire live show, you can check that out down here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday.